of Shani and Charlie here, and coming at you guys with a video. This is the first time I've done a tag since I recreated my channel, and this tag here was actually, I wasn't tagged by name, but they said if anyone else wanted to participate, so I decided to participate. And the person who originally did this, well, the person who I watch who did this tag is Mom of 4. I will put a link to her channel in the description box. She has a really entertaining channel. And I am every woman tag. So yeah, so let's just jump right on into it. Okay, so the first question is, what is your nickname? My nickname is, believe it or not, it's not Shani. My nickname is Sissy, the middle child and the only girl. I have an older brother and a younger brother, and my oldest brother could never, when I was born, he could never say my name. He can never say, and he couldn't say sister because he had a really thick stutter. So my parents told him to call me Sissy. So everywhere we went, he introduced me as, he was so excited that he had a little sister, he introduced me as, this is my Sissy, this is my Sissy. So my parents started to call me Sissy. Everyone started calling me Sissy. Even during high school, no one called me, my teachers didn't even call me my real name, they called me Sissy. Next we have, what woman or women do you mostly identify with in the Bible? I'm gonna see if my fellow Bible readers, my fellow Christian girls out there, can catch the theme behind these women that I relate to in the Bible, I identify with in the Bible. The first one is Hannah. We have Sarah, we have Rebecca, we have the Shunammite woman, and we have Elizabeth. So go down to the comment section. Let me know if you know why I chose these 5 women. If you just picked it up already, let me know in the comment section. So the reason I chose these women is because all of these women had problems with fertility. I am 34 years old. I have been married for 5 years, separated for a year. I do not have any children. I do not have any biological children. My husband has 6 children, but I didn't have any children. I don't have any children, and the reason is I do battle with infertility. I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. I have endometriosis, and from sexual abuse when I was younger, I have some trauma from that. And so that has caused me, the combination of all 3 has caused me not to be able to have children, to battle with fertility. Which my favorite one in the Bible is actually Hannah, and it's Hannah simply because, you know, she was made fun of by her husband's other wives, and that's kind of like what I went through with my husband's baby mamas, is they made fun of me because I couldn't give him any children. I hadn't gotten pregnant. And probably saw me on Facebook because I was really open with my battle with endometriosis and infertility. I was really open with everything when I was on Facebook. So I'm pretty sure that's how, you know, that's how they found out my story, but I was made fun of. And so one day Hannah, this is in Samuel chapter 1, one day Hannah went to the church and she was praying and praying and praying, and she was praying from her heart where her no sounds were coming out, but her mouth was moving. And so the priest there thought that she was drunk, and she was like, hey, it's only, I think she said 9 o'clock in the morning, like why would I even be drunk? And she told him what she was praying for, and eventually she ended up getting pregnant, and she gave that child back to the Lord. God knows what's best for me. Is some days I do get upset, but I think about Hannah, and I think about Rebecca, which was Isaac's wife. I think about, which ended up being Jacob's mom. I think about Sarah, which was old, and when the angel said that she was gonna have children, like, she laughed, you know. And then it says, is anything too hard for the Lord, you know. And the Shunammite woman, when Elisha came through, how he promised her within a year that she'll have a child, and how Elizabeth, she was, that's my mom's name actually, how Elizabeth, she was old and she was barren and ended up getting pregnant, and she gave birth to John the Baptist. So this encourages me when I read about women in the Bible who dealt with infertility and came out, you know, and had like Hannah's son was Samuel. The prophet Samuel was Hannah's son. So even though you may be barren right now, or even though you may be going through infertility issues right now, I mean, read the story of these women in the Bible, and they gave each and every one of their children ended up being like having a major impact on the Christianity community, and ended up doing major things for the Lord. So yeah, that's a separate video on its own. I'm gonna do a video on that on its own. Yes, I'll start talking about Jesus and miracles, and I will stay on this one question all day. So let me move on. The next one is, who is my she-hero? My she-hero is my mom, and my mom is my she-hero simply because she raised us pretty much alone, and it was really hard. We were on welfare. There were times that we didn't know where we were going to live. We lived with, my grandmother took us in at one point in time, and my mom, she battled with cancer, and at the same time with her battling cancer, she worked 2 jobs to try to feed us. And there were times that I remember my mom not eating, and I didn't realize it when I was younger, but it was because there was only enough food for us. But going back and looking at it, like, she made major sacrifices for 3 children that she was raising alone, and no child support. And that's why my mom was my she-hero, because you know, there are a lot of single parents out there, but single parents that can raise their children alone, no child support, keep getting denied disability, you're fighting cancer, you're fighting cancer, you have a mastectomy, and you still trucking for your kids. So yeah, my mom is my she-hero. The second one is, the next one is favorite thing about being a woman. My favorite thing about being a woman, and I know mother of 4, she said, like, being able to carry a child, I can't do that right now. So unless the Lord says yes, I can. So I don't know anything about that, but my favorite thing about being a woman is the level of nurture. I am a really big nurturer, and most women have this level of nurture that's just unparalleled. I just think that the level of nurture and care that a woman has, I think that positively influences the world in so many ways that it makes the world overall a better place. So the next one is describe yourself in 1 word. Describe myself in 1 word, I don't even have to think about determined. It's like, I didn't even have to think about that. It's just being determined, because as I was watching the video, the original video, well, Mom of 4's video, when she asked the question before she even gave her answer, I was like, determined. So yeah, I'm determined because I came from a background where we had nothing. A background where, you know, we were poor, and I made up in my mind, and I come from a really small town where there are no opportunities. The only jobs down there, like working in a grocery store or a feed store or a convenience store. That's like really the only jobs that are in that town. So when I graduated May 19th, 2002, I was on at 8 o'clock the next morning. I was on the road to Atlanta, moving away, because I was determined. I was determined not to fall into that trap that I saw so many people fall into. And I wasn't the best kid growing up. I was a rebel. I had a really bad childhood, and it was self-inflicted. So what people said about me growing up was I would be nothing but a whore. I would probably end up being a drug addict. I would probably end up dying before I even turned 21. Well, when I was 15, they said I would die or end up in jail before I turned 18. So I was determined to prove everyone wrong that said that I wouldn't be anything, that all I would do is just have a bunch of babies or be in jail or die. So I was determined to make it out of the situation that I was in. So I moved to Atlanta, went to college in Atlanta, and not everything was good in Atlanta. Not everything was good. As far as determined not to be that. So I ended up moving closer to home. I ended up, Jesus gave me a job at a Fortune 500 company. I met this person that invited me to my church, and the rest is history. He saved me, and the rest is history. So I was determined. I'm determined not to be a statistic. I'm determined not to, you know, fall into that trap. I'm determined to, even though I am going through a divorce, I'm determined to make it on my own. It's just, I'm determined. That's just one thing that defines me, is I'm a determined person. Another one, the next one is, who is your favorite singer? Shauna Wilson is my favorite singer. The reason that Shauna Wilson is my favorite singer is because I love to sing. I love to sing. I love to worship. And Shauna Wilson, she is a true worshiper to me. It's like some of the things that I pray, she makes a song about. And you know, it's not about me. She's not one of those singers. A lot of gospel songs out there are all about me. But the gospel songs with her, it's really about just straight worship. And I love that. The next one is, a little girl, who is your favorite character on TV? I didn't have a favorite character on TV when I was a little girl. Simply because I watch TV, but I like to read and write more than anything. So I was my favorite character. I used to create short stories and poems and everything, and you know, I was my favorite character. So yeah, reading and writing was my thing. And the next one is my favorite gift or talent. Again, writing is my favorite gift or talent, because writing is an escape for me. Writing is an outlet for me, and that's why I'm starting a blog, because everyone keeps telling me I need to start a blog because I write so much, and I have piles and piles of notebooks full of things that I've written: poems, songs, dreams, short stories, sermon. I've had my minister's license since 2010 is when I originally got my minister's license. I was ordained as a minister in 2010. And so I write down sermons, even though when I speak, I don't use those sermons, but if there's something in my mind at the time, I'll just write it down. So I have like a notebook full of sermons that I've never even shared with anyone. So I'll put the link to my blog in the description box. Plug! But the next one is 3 women, including yourself, that you can honor. 3 women, including myself, is myself. The next one will be my mom, of course. And the third one will have to be my pastor's wife. You heard the story about my mom, but my pastor's wife is someone that is not, she's just real. And I can deal with someone that's really real and whose past is not squeaky clean, but she is a true testimony of what God can do, what Jesus can do, how Jesus can change a person, and she's just real. And let's see, favorite perfume. I really don't wear a lot of perfume because I do have sensitive skin, and I had a bad reaction to some perfume when I was in high school. So sometimes if I'm going somewhere and I want to smell extra nice, I usually use lotion, or I will lightly, you know, mist my clothes with some kind of body mist, and it's usually Victoria's Secret's Love Spell. Well, I would say would have to be my favorite scent. And the final one is favorite meal to eat. My favorite meal to eat is eggplant parmesan. I love eggplant parmesan. Man, I can eat it every day. That's my favorite meal to eat, is eggplant parmesan. So I'll put a link to how I make my eggplant parmesan. Well, one version of how I made my eggplant parmesan. And let's see. Alright, so I do want to keep the tag going. So I'm gonna tag Courtney Curry, Chili D 856, gonna tag Rihanna Williams, I'm gonna tag Star 64, and I'm gonna tag Changing Morgan. So yes, ladies, let me know, and I'll tag anyone else out there who wants to participate in this tag. So if you want to participate in the I Am Every Woman tag, I tag you. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Alright guys, so thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Remember to like, to comment, to subscribe, and to share. Remember to subscribe. That is very, very important so you don't miss any future videos, and hit that bell. Anything else you want to see on this channel, please comment down below. Let me know and I'll be more than happy to oblige. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, toodaloo. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.